Hello, people. Welcome to the second of two Create a Sim videos. I started with a sim that I made before I discovered I could save sims to the library while in CAS. This is Isolation Island by, you know what? I have no idea how to pronounce that name. Rflong7. So yeah, it's nice to have a small world that loads fast when you're building or messing around in CAS. I'll put a link below. Our second new sim is the best friend of Mares from the first video. Her name is Shenzi. And I'm going to try to time this as best as I can with the video, but I probably won't be able to do a very good job and have a lot to say for this one because I ended up deciding to go over the entire Apocalypse handicaps and stuff for it. So I don't even know if we'll get to music today. You might just have to listen to me talking the entire time that you watch. Like I mentioned when I made Mares, I might be pretty good at doing makeovers, but I'm terrible at making sims from scratch. So I just combine sims that seem like they have good genetics until I find one that I like, and then I tweak them until I'm happy. Not saying I don't take them back into CAS a few times before I'm satisfied. I actually do plan on taking Shenzi back into CAS because I don't like her chin the way it ended up being, but you know, we'll see how that goes. Despite being best friends, Shenzi's personality is different from Mara's. They're both smart and charismatic, but she wants to change the past, which he doesn't. One way she plans to do that is with the use of plumbots. If you're familiar with the Apocalypse Challenge, you know that she's lifting the science and alien technology restrictions first. I thought that was fitting for a person from the future. She'll be eating a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches once her cooking skill is high enough, and digital music because why not? I left the color as what it already was because it actually matched her eyes. I looked for an astrological sign with the word duplicitous in it because Shenzi will be showing two different sides to the world, and I got Scorpio. From yourtango.com article, the zodiac signs who are the biggest scam artists ranked from most to least. Actually, it was number 2 in the ranking. A definite player in the con artist world, duplicitous to the umpth degree. Scorpio see no boundaries that they won't cross, though you may never cross theirs, which is why they make such good scammers and con artists. And then for her name, from momswhothink.com, Shenzi is a beautiful Swahili name, but it has an ugly stigma attached. Think of Shenzi the hyena in the movie The Lion King. She is always scheming and makes light of even the most serious situations, but she is also level-headed and never loses her cool, which are admirable traits. And then for her last name, from behindthename.com, ooh, hold on, I need to look to make sure that I'm pronouncing this right. Okay, so I'm probably still butchering the last name, Przemsyl. Sorry if I am. All right. The name Przemsyl is from an old Slavic name that basically means to trick or strategize over a thought or idea. So I thought that fit pretty good. As I said before, Shenzi's reasons for returning to the past are very different from her bestie, Mares, who just wants to learn and experience everything. Like him, she's very smart and thinks that she has found a way to change the past and help the people on the lunar colony to overcome the apocalypse before it's too late. True to her duplicitous nature, she'll be living a double life, venturing to and from the future. In the future, she'll be working in the astronomy career, trying to repair an alien spacecraft and exploring space, hoping to contact alien life forms that will hopefully be able to help her repair the past. In the past, she will be trying to engineer plumbots that can aid her and her descendants in this mission. I will be scoring the Apocalypse Challenge, but mostly just for myself because it's fun. Obviously, I won't be following all the rules to the letter since this is sort of a story too, but I'm going to try my best to follow them as much as I can. That said, any diehard Apocalypse player will call me out right away because I will have Shenzi and Mares going to university together before their paths split. She'll be doing the higher education, how much time do I have start, which means none of the Apocalypse restrictions take place until she graduates. I had planned to do a separate video going over all of the Apocalypse advantages and handicaps I've chosen, but I realized that I have no clue what I'd have you watch while I went over them, um, other than just like looking at text, which sounds really boring, so I guess I'll just do it here. I chose Loving the Alien for the occult, which is surprisingly a +5 handicap. A handicap gives you points, so it's kind of odd to me, but I guess it's hard to attract aliens. But Alien Sims, man, they're good. I have them in my first Apocalypse challenge. They're really good. Here's the thing. At any point I can drop a handicap. I just won't gain points for them in the end. So I'm taking quite a few handicaps, but it should make things interesting. At the start of the challenge, there's a restriction called hopelessness that is lifted when your sim gets married. I'm taking the it's hopeless restriction. That means nobody can get married or move in. If I drop the handicap, I've taken the blood purity handicap, meaning even then they can only marry aliens. I'm taking the evil cartel handicap, meaning if I lose my job, I cannot get another. I don't know if I'll end up keeping that one, probably not. Master Thief already has a rule that if a sim is late or misses a day at work for any other reason, they have to quit their job. But at least with just Master Thief, I can still get another job. With that restriction, I couldn't, so that's kind of scary. I have the Every Day is Zombie Day handicap. It just makes more sense to me that zombies would appear every night, not just on the full moon, especially considering you can't be outside of the house at night every day, not just on the full moon. I took the moral standards handicap that I can't break up marriages, so I guess if I drop the it's hopeless handicap, not only can I only marry aliens, I won't be able to make Sims cheaters. I don't know. I just want the points. I've got the No Country for Old Sims handicap. I've taken this every time I've done the challenge. It's just easier having Elder's Life Stage at only 4 days, although I really hate it when the animals die so fast, but that's the way it is in the apocalypse. I've got Nobody's Perfect handicap, restricting the traits I can give my Sims. I'm doing the mild version that lets me keep a banned trait if I randomly roll. The last time I did the challenge, I randomly rolled through most of the challenge, even after I lifted the restriction education, which disallows it, and found it actually really entertaining. So I might do that again. I guess, we'll see how I'm feeling at the time. It would just be my own personal restriction or handicap, I guess. I've got the supply shortage buy edition. That means I can only buy one item a week. I've taken this every time I did the challenge and haven't found it to be much of a handicap. I did the build edition last time though, and it was awful. I took the eyes have it handicap, meaning the heirs need to have the same eye color as the founder. I have no idea how I do this though with Alien Sims, because they have like the black eyes. I can do hair or skin color with the rules, but the same thing, aliens think they don't even have hair unless you give them hair, and they always have green skin unless you give them a different color of skin. So I really am not sure how I'll do it. I might end up having to drop that one. I think I've dropped it every time I've done the Apocalypse Challenge because I haven't been able to do it. I took the walk to work handicap. That only allows them to get a job if they have 10 in athletic. I tried doing this before and I've never managed it, but hey, maybe this will be the time. I mean, like I said, you could drop the handicaps if you decide not to do them. On to the advantages. The advantages, on the other hand, I lose those points no matter what, but I don't know why I would want to drop an advantage. That wouldn't even make sense. So, all right. So, remember, I took the handicap the elders can only live 4 days. I took the advantage anagalactic supply, meaning the family has a limited supply of anti aging drugs. They do not serve their original purpose, for anti aging, but they can allow the founder and one sim of each generation to remain controllable as an elder even before forensics is lifted. Because you have to lift forensics in order to uh, control elders. Then I took the mental endurance, it's an advantage, meaning the family possesses an exceptional strength of mind and therefore is more resistant to being senile than others, leaving them controllable for 3 days after aging to elder. So basically, one elder will always be controllable. The others, if there are any left in the household, will be controllable for a few days, giving them the opportunity to tie up any loose ends. I've got Black Market, which allows me to sell one buy mode object or crafted item each week, even if business has not been lifted. This is a big one. This is really, really worth losing the points. It can be a large object, even if athletics has not been lifted. Normally, you can't move anything until that's big, until athletics is lifted. I have two different reasons for this. First, I can sell something immediately after giving all of my money to the mob. I forgot to mention that I took the handicap that requires me to do this twice a week instead of once. So on Monday and Thursday, boom, all my money's gone. My second reason is if I want to replace an item after lifting a restriction, like when I get better beds, I can sell the old one as my one item. So even if athletics isn't lifted, which normally I wouldn't be able to move the bed until I had lifted athletics, and I normally wouldn't be able to even sell the bed until I lifted business, but I can still sell that bed when I normally wouldn't be able to. So like I said, that is one of the best ones there. The next one that I got is Hotline to Work. This allows them to call their boss incessantly and increase the relationship regardless of whether using the phone is restricted that day or not. So there's restriction communications where you can only use the phone. I want to say it's 2 days a week, but it might only be 1 day a week. It really sucks. And then you can't use your cell phone until it might be communications, I'm not sure, is lifted too. So yeah, there's a handicap that you can take where you don't use your cell phone at all through the entire challenge. I took that last time. It really sucked. And the last one, unless I change my mind before I start, is Privileged Family, allowing me to build a 10 by 10 house at the start instead of 8 by 8. This is mostly because I have flashbacks of how horrible it was the last time I did the challenge. I took the cramped much handicap that meant I started playing on a 10 by 10 lot in an 8 by 8 house. It was terrible, so bad. It was awful. The first time that I did the challenge, I did this Privileged Family and had the 10 by 10 house, and it was pretty nice because, you have room to put stairs and stuff. The second time I did, like I said, the 10 by 10 lot with the 8 by 8 house. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. The car is supposed to be undercover. I could barely even get the car under the house. Anyway, that's it. Unless I change my mind before I start, I'm going to reread all the advantages and handicaps and see maybe there's something that I want to add. I'm not sure. And if I do, I'll mention it at some point. but I still have to get through university, so it's not like we're starting this right away. I have some other plans too. I'm trying to figure out how to make a mod that will make it so that some of the restrictions, like the autonomous things that they can do, so that I can just automatically have all of those restrictions for each category. Like culinary, they're not allowed to cook except for once a day, and Sims are constantly trying to cook. And also, like, I'll hide food. Even if it's spoiled, they'll eat it, you know? You just got to stop them before they finish so they don't throw up. And Sims are constantly trying to clean those dishes, and it drives me nuts. So just stuff like that. I just want to see if I can make a mod. I've already started making collection folders with all of the items that I'm allowed at the beginning of the game so that I can easily, like, just look at those collection folders and choose what I'm going to buy and stuff. And trust me, there's like hardly anything that we're allowed to buy at the beginning. So it's going to be kind of weird for me switching from this save in which I'm so limited to Ultimate Sim where I can do like practically anything. It should be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. I have a couple other things that I might do here and there on the side. I'm not sure if I will because I've been playing like Stardew Valley and stuff, so I don't know if I'm even going to bother. But all right, I'm gonna stop talking now, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.